Hey, 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 Firekeepers. So good to see you. This is going to be a short and sweet how Firekeeper was born. If you don't know me, my name is Jenny Potter. I am the author of Firekeeper Raising Hallelujah, the 30-day devotional. And I'm excited to share with you just a tiny bit of background on why this was born, how this was born. And so to do that, I'm going to share with you a little bit about how I found network marketing and how it was an answer to prayer. And so it was about 3 weeks prior to my phone ringing that I was sitting in church for the first time in years with my husband. I was a brand new believer and I was on my knees praying to God. Now, I have been praying to God since I was a little girl and having conversations with Jesus. But in this moment, I had this heart to heart conversation, direct line to God, and I told him that I was so grateful for everything that I had in my life. I was grateful for my husband, the kids, our home, my job, but I wanted more. And I wasn't sure if it was okay to ask that. And I just put it all on the table. Like, God, I don't know if it's okay to ask for more, but I want more. I want to serve you. I want to be more abundant so we can help others, travel, spend more time with the kids. I don't want to be trapped in an office anymore. I want to be free to have flexibility with my schedule so that me and my husband can hang when he's got time off. And so I said, God, I want more. I want to serve you. I want to feel like I'm following my passion. I want more money. And so we can do good things. And so that was that. 3 weeks later, my phone rang and it was a friend, and she was really awkward. I mean, she was literally reading a script right off the paper. Like, how would you feel if you had more money? And it was really uncomfortable. She was a close friend, and I just didn't know what was happening. And energetically, I felt like she was trying to sell me something or push something onto me. And I frankly was a little bit confused. And I was trying to figure out a way how to gently and kindly get off the phone when she said something. And I got those goosebumps you get when God is speaking to you. She said, Jenny, we're changing lives one day at a time. And something in that statement triggered this little voice. This is God's answer to prayer. Pay attention. And so I kept listening. I released all of my resistance to how she had approached me, and I stayed open. And I said, I don't really understand, but yes, I'd be open to hopping on a webinar. And so the very next morning, I hopped on a webinar. I learned about network marketing for the very first time. And I was so excited for the unlimited earning potential, for the possibility to not work from home, for the ability to change lives one person at a time, and for this new adventure to begin. And I thanked God for answering my prayer. And I knew within my heart of hearts that this was an answer to prayer, and this is the direction that God wanted to take me. And with that, I started building a network marketing business. But I looked for resources on how to build my business with God, and I didn't find a lot. And granted, back then I didn't really know what words to use to search. I had just heard of network marketing. I wouldn't have even known other words like MLM or direct sales or anything like that. But I didn't find anything. And so I thought to myself, it would be so cool to have a guide to do this with God. And so really, that's how Firekeepers was born. To be a firekeeper was actually born as a speech. It was God gifted it to me. I literally woke up and started writing, and it was basically I've written about it in the very beginning pages, but essentially back in the day, before there were flints and lighters and barbecues and matches, there really only was lightning and chance. And so way, way, way back, if your tribe, if your village had fire, you had wealth. You had security, you had warmth, you had community. You sat around the fire, you cooked on the fire kept you alive. And you had to keep that fire burning. No matter what, that fire had to keep burning every single day. And back then, there was a job, and that job was firekeeper. And the only thing firekeeper had to do was keep that fire burning. A pretty important job. And that is how I see faith. And that is how I see building our business with God, is that every single day we can put wood on the fire to keep it burning. Now, of course, with God, He quietly keeps that fire burning for us and with us all of this time. And that's so beautiful. And if you really want to get a bonfire going and build that fire, no matter the storm, no matter the rain, no matter the wind, and really like stand on the foundation of what God says and who God says you are, and build an amazing business, there's some things you can do consistently and daily to not only build your relationship with God and your relationship with yourself and what God says about you, but also build your business. And so this was born. It's each day there's a checklist showing you what to do, pray, affirmations, thanks, hallelujah, praise. In here also we have checklists for follow up, for inviting, for reconnecting, for social media, and for expanding your network. And we just do a little bit of this every single day. And when you do this, imagine you're throwing wood on the fire, right? You're building that fire every single day. You're putting wood on the fire so that it gets so strong and so big that literally it can't go out. You know, when we have a tiny fire, which is oftentimes when we get our team started, they have this little tiny fire going, their little spark, they're all excited, and they go show it to their family, and their family throws a wet blanket on it. You know, oh, it's one of those things, or those don't work, or I tried one of those, or whatever, and they throw a wet blanket on the fire, and the fire just goes out. When you have a bonfire going, someone throws a wet blanket on your fire, and it's just fuel. And so that's what we're going to talk about throughout this devotional, is how to build a solid fire, how to stand on the foundation of what God says, and how to really include God in your business every single day to ask for simple things like leadership skills, inviting leaders, new customers, opportunities, connections, expanding your network, skills, the right mentors. And so whether you're doing this alone in this group to check it out, whether you're doing this with a team member or two, you are so welcome. This group will become, this is happening live, but it will become evergreen so that you can plug any of your team members into this at any time. This is a safe space. There's no recruiting in here. I do not build a network marketing business. I coach and write and help people grow their businesses, but I'm not building a business myself. So I am a safe mentor and place for you to bring your team to grow and learn and pray together. So with that, welcome, Firekeeper. I am so incredibly blessed to have you here and part of this group and part of this journey. And we will see you soon as we get started.